Welcome to episode 25 of the Hot Mess Roundtable. I'm Lauren, and I am a hot mess this week because I lost one of my contacts and I don't have a backup pair.
Uh-oh.
And so I'm wearing my glasses and it sucks.
You don't have a backup pair of contacts?
Well, we didn't have eye insurance for a while, or we did, and I didn't know what it was because it's Matt's, like through his company, or actually I think it's through TRICARE. But anyways, we and I couldn't like get the information from him, and so I've just slacked on getting my eye checkup, and was down to my last pair of contacts. And we have eye insurance. I just have to like find out who the provider is and then find an in-network. Like
too much work.
An office, it's a network, right? Because the one I used to go to, I don't think is in network.
Anyway, appointment and all the fun stuff.
Yeah. So I went out Saturday night, and when I woke up Sunday, I drank too much. And when I woke up on Sunday, I still had my contacts in, but I only had one in. And
wow, you drank a lot then.
Wow.
I drank a whole lot. Like I fell in my house and I set off my Apple Watch like said that it looks like you've had like a really bad fall, and it was going to call 911, and Matt had to like turn it off.
Oh my
for me.
God.
I was very intoxicated. I went out with my friends, and they really like to take lemon drop shots. So on top of that,
I do love a lemon drop.
All right, you get a good one. Yeah.
lots of them. And so, anyways, I did Uber. Like we did mainly safe choices with Uber and all that, but not a safe choice in my eyeglass or in my contacts, because I definitely lost one, and I found it today on the floor. So I know now I know where it happened to it, but I'm
It's dry as a bone.
I'm stuck wearing these glasses that I like them, but they're really heavy and they fall down my face constantly. And
I hate wearing glasses. I was also in glasses this week for a couple days, not because I lost my contacts, but because I like scratched my eyeball, which I like to do every 18 months or so, and then I was just stuck in glasses for like 5 full days. I always feel like my visions were bad enough that I always feel like I don't have any peripheral, and like it's just miserable. I feel genuinely disabled wearing my glasses.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I cannot function very well.
same.
So I feel for you. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
If your provider is a network, if you find out they are a network, lots of times they'll give you like a trial pair if you're a regular client.
Yeah, sometimes they just have them there even. I tried to go ahead and use my old prescription because they're fine. I don't really need a new prescription, and order them through 1-800-CONTACTS, but they keep telling me that my prescription's expired, and I think there's a way you can do an online eye exam.
Yeah, I've seen that, but I don't know how.
I need to just do that and but I haven't figured it out yet how. So we'll see. Hopefully by next week I'll have contacts again.
Hopefully. That's miserable. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. But
Yeah.
anyways.
I'm Jordan, and I am a hot mess this week. I've got a whole story for you about why I'm a hot mess this week. I work from home, so I'm in my office working, and I am on calls like 90% of the workday. Like that is my job, is to be on conference calls and leading projects, right? So I'm back there in my office working away, and the doorbell rings. Well, listeners probably know me well enough to know that like I don't want my doorbell to ring.
You don't answer the door.
But I'm like, okay. So then I hear my neighbor next door, Jordan, hello. And I'm like, okay. Well, I'm on like an important call. Like I'm on a call where I'm telling somebody who outranks me significantly how the actions they took this week was not acceptable, and how like it was a intense call where I was like trying my hardest to like be as professional and executive as I possibly could be. Jordan, puppies, you're okay. You know me. And I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, windows were open, and so she was talking to him through the window, and I'm like, okay, I just can't. Rings the doorbell again, and she stands out there and like is yelling for like 10 minutes, and I'm just trying to ignore her, and the dogs are like going crazy, and I'm like, okay. And so then my phone rings as I'm like wrapping up my call, and it's my husband. And so I don't answer it because I'm still on this intense call. And then I get a text message, please call me as soon as you can. And I'm like, oh my God.
What the hell's happening?
Yeah. Well, okay. So it turns out the dogs, because I left the windows open for them, they always yell at the mailman who walks by. Well, they jumped up in the window next to my door and knocked the screen out, yelling at the mailman. And then my cat, who's not supposed to be outside, got out.
Uh-oh.
And so the neighbors over here trying to tell me the cat's out, which I'm like, it's not an emergency situation. But so I go and I find the cat and I get the cat back inside. I mean, he has like urinary tract issues and can't not hunt when he's outside. So he's like really is prisoner inside. So he takes every chance to escape when he can. So you'll get the cat, put him back inside, close the window. Thor's going to have to deal with the screen when he gets there. Go next door. And the crazy neighbor lady is like, well, if that cat gets in my backyard, the dogs will kill him. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay. And so what she had done was go to our other neighbor on the other side of her house and asked if they had Thor's phone number because I wasn't answering the door. Well, he doesn't because we don't want these neighbors to have our phone numbers, right? Like that's not a thing that we want to do. So, but he knew the company Thor worked for. Mm-hmm. So he calls the company and has the company like track down Thor. So Thor calls me to tell me my cat.
Dear God, all just because the cat got out.
Yeah.
I guess the window screen got knocked out. And I was like, oh my God. And so I ended up having, because I was socially pressured and I didn't handle it well. So I ended up having to give the crazy neighbor lady my cell phone number, and I'm not excited about that.
You might have to change your number.
Mm-hmm. I
know. Witness protection program.
I was just like, oh man, this is not what I wanted to have happen this week. So I'm a mess.
Yeah.
I'm still traumatized from it. I feel like it was
your cat
2 days ago.
Right? Monty or Mayhem?
Fine. Monty's fine. He was like just sitting on the back porch waiting for me when I opened the back door. And
he was probably like, I'm enjoying this sunshine.
Yeah, he was like,
leave me alone.
He's like, this was great. And I'm like, come inside. He's like, okay.
All right, I'm coming.
Yeah, like it was not an emergency at all. But like the freaking neighbors call Thor. And I'm like, I feel like I got in trouble. And like I got called. But like.
Right.
They called your dad on you.
Yeah, basically. I'm just like, what is happening here? But like I was just trying to work.
Yep.
God forbid you work from home.
It was messy.
God. Well, my name is Amanda, and I'm a hot mess this week because Cameron called me this morning, and her car died when she got to work.
Oh, no.
And she was in tears, and all the lights went on the dash, and the radio went off, and it just died. And I'm like, okay, it's okay. Are you at work? Yeah. You're in the parking lot? Yeah. I said, it's okay. Just call Dad. It was like 7:15 this morning. I was like, wait, don't call Dad. Text him because he's not up yet. So she was all upset, and we got her car towed back to Cliff Shop. So yeah, they're working on it now. Alternator went out. So
it's in good hands, though.
It's in good hands, but it was just like it was too much for her this morning. She's not a morning person as it is. And so she's like, everything was fine going to work and it was good. I had my radio music, I was going, and then I get there and it's just kind of glitching. And I went, oh God. So, but it's good now.
Well, I'm glad she's safe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And how nice is it to have a mechanic in the family?
Right.
It is. He hates it. They always say that mechanics, it's great to have them in the family, but literally it's the last thing he wants to do, and the last thing he works on is our own vehicles.
Right.
My dad was a mechanic, and every car my mom ever drove broke down on us on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's why I have a new car, and he got a new truck that both have this stuff on it that we don't have to worry about. But I mean, I can't complain. That car, Cameron's had it since she was 17, and we got it for dirt cheap. Cliff had to do just a couple things to it, and she's been just driving the crap out of that thing. So
keeps on kicking.
It is. It just keeps going. So it was just a little nerve-wracking this morning, but now she's good. She's just like, am I gonna have my car tomorrow? I'm like, talking to the wrong person.
Yep.
Sister. Got no clue. So
will you have to take her to work if she?
We have enough vehicles now, but,
okay.
After Cliff, bought his new truck. So we would probably just kind of shift vehicles around, if he doesn't get it finished tonight, but he said he should get it done. But I told her, I was like, if it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah. So try to keep her anxiety down low. It's a little hard sometimes.
Such a good mama. We have a guest this week.
We do.
So I have talked about my friend and esthetician Ashley on this show many times, but we have Ashley Branham from Lively Esthetics here with us, and we're going to talk about skincare this week. So she is the perfect guest to have on this show.
Welcome, Ashley.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here.
And Ashley, do you want to tell us why you're a hot mess this week?
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Always.
So, I am a hot mess this week because to start, yesterday was my oldest's 12th birthday. We took them to Urban Air, immediately overstimulated.
Oh yeah.
Then we had to go to Republic Middle School for 6th grade open house.
Oh yeah, that's another overstimulating.
Overstimulation station.
Yep.
Yep.
Then Keegan decided he wanted big whiskeys for dinner. So crowded restaurant, more overstimulation. Not in a good mood. I get a Facebook message from a cousin in Michigan. $300 worth of SkinScript products were delivered to her house and not mine.
Oh, no.
So I left and went and cried in the car during dinner last night.
Fair. Fair enough.
It's taken care of. She's shipped it to me. I will have it in my hands whenever USPS decides to drop it off.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that's why I'm
How did that happen?
So on SkinScript's website, or on a lot of websites, because they do drop shipping, they save every address for every person I've ever shipped products to. And I know, like, it's instinct for me to switch it to my address. But when I went to submit the payment, it kicked me out and I had to go through the process all over again. But because my brain was like, already done.
Right.
It just, whatever the first address that auto-populated was what it shipped to.
Gotcha.
Thank goodness it was my
I was going to
cousin.
say, thank God it was your family.
Yeah, not like a client you don't know very well.
Yeah, or somebody that hasn't been in 5 years.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So
Could have been worse.
it could, yes.
Could have been better. Could have been like me, and then I could have just brought you the shit. Like, but
You know, that would have been so nice if it had been delivered to you.
well, I love my script products. So
Oh, and I had those things for you. I was hoping to have
so
them
good.
when I saw you again.
yeah, I just had a facial with Ashley this weekend, and she ordered some sample stuff that she wants me to try. So, but
Okay, so not that we're promoting SkinScript products on this podcast because they're not paying us, but no one pays us.
They're
for this
paying me.
podcast.
Well, they're not. I sell my own products, so.
Yeah, no one pays us on this podcast. But Lauren, what products do you use from SkinScript and what do you like?
Ashley might have to tell you their facial cleanser.
The stuff Ashley sends me.
The green tea citrus
it's-
cleanser.
Yeah, their green tea citrus cleanser is amazing. First of all, it lasts forever. So it's it's kind of expensive. It's going to be probably more expensive than what you might buy at Ulta, but it lasts literally probably almost a year for me because
Oh,
just
wow.
use like the tiniest bit, and it's very. I mean, it still will suds up and is very effective. It leaves my skin feeling clean, but not like dried out, not like it's stripped all the oils. And so that's what I use both in the morning and at night. And I'm pretty sure it's what Ashley uses when she does my facials every month. It smells great, super clean, and yeah, it's a really good product. And then I also have their sunscreen. I'm not currently using, but also have used their two different moisturizers, like a one to use during the day that's more lightweight, and then a thicker one at night, which I really liked. But I have a hard time following my routine like I'm supposed to. So I go to Ashley every month and she yells at me for not doing my routine.
Oh, I am
You're doing
so
much
bad at
better.
it. I am really bad at. I feel like I'm like confessing deep dark secrets in front of an esthetician, but I'm really bad at going to sleep without doing anything.
I was going to say,
sleeping in my makeup.
I sleep in my makeup all the time.
I'm
my
really
eyebrows.
bad at it. Oh, look at her. She's scrunching up her face. She's like, don't
scrunching
do
at
that. How bad is it? Tell us.
That is my number one no-no.
Uh-oh. So my mom says too.
Not necessarily every esthetician's number one no-no. That is my personal number one no-no, and I will explain why. So, first of all, makeup not good for the skin. The ingredient, unless, well, even if you're using like Jones Road, their products are like really clean, good ingredients. I like It Cosmetics. She formulated her makeup to be skincare, and makeup in one. I still don't recommend leaving that on your face all day, because as you're moving about through the day, anyone that's ever worn glasses, you know, you can clean your glasses in the morning. When you get home, they're covered in grit.
Yes.
That's also on your skin. So it's very important to remove everything that you've come into contact with throughout the day. Touching surfaces, touching your face, pollution, smoke.
I love this.
Dirt.
This is already my favorite podcast that we've ever done.
Yeah.
So I always recommend, if you're going to skip a routine, skip your morning routine. Always do your nighttime routine. And if that's hard to do, like if you're tired at the end of the day and you just want to fall into bed, do your nighttime routine as soon as you're done with your day. Like if you get home at 4:00, wash your face. When you put on your stretchy pants, wash your face.
That's a really good advice.
good idea. Yeah.
You know, I've seen on TikTok a lot of influencers will be like a day in my life. And I've seen where a lot of them take like their daily shower at like 4 or 5 when they're done with work. And I always think like I should be that person, because I prefer a morning shower. I feel like I'm cleaner during the day, but I also prefer to not get up early. And so, so I always think like, oh, I wonder like if a 5:00 shower, like I get done work at around like 6. I wonder if like a 6:00 shower would like be better for me. But then, you know, you would just do your skincare too.
Yeah.
Fascinating. This is such good advice. I love it.
My whole like ethos is to make self-care, because it is about skincare, but it's more about self-care, to make self-care accessible and attainable for everybody. Because
I love it.
a lot of the advice that you see on social media, it's very neurotypical minded. It's very like able-bodied minded. It's nobody really puts thought into people that have different abilities, different levels, different amounts of spoons, if we could say. And so that's I have ADHD. I have generalized anxiety, major depressive disorder. Like I need it to be easy.
Yeah, I just
or
have
I'm
like
not
general
doing it.
laziness disorder, but like I also really need it to be easy.
And I just have too many kids. So like when I finally get in bed at night, I cannot even think about like struggling to go to the bathroom and wash my face off. But I do a much better job than I used to, I will say, now that I see Ashley, because she reminds me, and then it's like a refresh.
It's like going to the dentist and being like, I gotta floss because they're gonna say something.
Right.
Yeah.
It is.
Thanks for that reminder. I got to go there in 2 weeks. So I'll start now.
You better start flossing. It only takes 2 weeks.
Now, yeah.
I love that. That's such good advice. I'm gonna try that. I always say that I get ugliest as soon as I get done at work. So like my husband always sees me at my ugliest. So it just makes sense that I would wash all my makeup off too. I mean, makes total sense.
I don't like the feel. We've talked about this again before. I really like the makeup brand I'm using right now, but overall, I don't like the feel of makeup on my face. So I get it. Like when I'm done with it for the day, I can totally agree. Like to just get it off.
Okay, now what was the name of this?
The makeup that I like to use is Jones Road.
No, the skincare.
Skin Script.
Skin Script. Okay, and I heard you say you used their face cream.
Tea.
No, I heard you say
Their moisturizer.
holy shit, what is wrong
Sunscreen?
with me? Their sunscreen.
Yeah, I do. I just bought a new tube from Ashley this weekend.
Do you feel like it's greasy? I feel like all sunscreen is greasy.
All of it. Yeah, but it's one. I feel like it's the best one I've tried.
I tried like the super fancy Elta MD, and it's still greasy. But I will say Cetaphil has one, and it's super cheap, and it's less greasy, and it's like an SPF 50. And I was like, oh, that's better. But I'm more than willing to try because I'm like a ghost white girly, and like my sunscreen's like the one thing that I absolutely have to do every single day, even if I'm only going outside for a few minutes. And so I'm all for
talking about that.
I'm all for trying new sunscreens.
Script stuff.
So the Skin Script sunscreen, it is a thicker formula. It's only the zinc oxide. There's no octinoxate, no chemical sunscreens, because the chemical sunscreens transfer the UVA, UVB rays into heat. And so like for somebody that's dealing with melasma, which is triggered by hormones, light and heat. So you can block out the sun, but if you're still getting hot, the melasma is still going to come back up to the surface. That needs to be completely eliminated. So it's a complete physical sunscreen. All it does is repel the sun. The issue a lot of people have with that sunscreen is not that it's greasy, that it's thick. It is a very thick sunscreen. But it's made by an esthetician, like it's formulated by an esthetician for clients and estheticians, and all of the ingredients are skin safe. People even say like if they get a sunburn and they put it on, it actually soothes the bite. With that's the zinc oxide. It's anti-inflammatory and soothing.
Okay, tell us about the importance of sunscreen.
It's very important. So a lot of estheticians, and this is like the number one skincare advice most estheticians give out, and I'm probably going to be put on a shit list for saying this. I'm not the type of esthetician that says that you have to put sunscreen on every single day if you're not leaving your house. Like, I only wear sunscreen if I'm going to be out in the sun or if I'm going to be spending a lot of time driving, because I have very sensitive skin, very reactive skin, and anything on, I don't wear makeup. I don't want anything else on my face. If I do, it'll break out. So,
but your face is like, you've got like the glass face, like the glass skin face. Like your face is beautiful, but I feel like it's because you're a professional esthetician.
Yeah.
If I had skin like that, I wouldn't wear makeup either. You know?
Yeah.
it's humid in Missouri skin. I'm swimming through the air. That's the dewy glow that you're seeing right now.
The humidity.
It's beautiful though. I feel like if I had skin that clear, I wouldn't wear makeup either.
It was a journey. It was a struggle, but I recommend if you're going to be out in the sun, if you're going to be driving, or if you're going to be somewhere that has a lot of overhead lights, sunscreen is very important. It is.
Oh, even
Lights. Wow. I would never.
So
It's terrible. I wouldn't have thought that.
like your kitchen lights, things like that. Yes, they emit UV rays.
Oh,
I would like to see studies that say that they emit enough UV rays to be damaging to the skin. I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, stay away from the windows. I live in a dark room anyway. We have the LED light bulbs that you can like change in the app on your phone. All of our lights are set to orange. So our house is like walking into the desert at sunset.
But if you go outside,
Yes.
and you're going to spend some time outside,
Yes.
definitely sunscreen.
Yes. If you're going to be driving, even like I drive 30 minutes from Republic, I will put sunscreen on just for that drive alone back and forth, because I'm driving into the sun in the morning and I'm driving into the sun at night.
Now, what about, I have heard that makeup with SPF, it's like not really absorbed into the skin enough.
So makeup with SPF, first of all, they're never like high enough, like with the exception of like the CC and BB creams, which are, they're getting better. None of the products that contain SPF have enough SPF. They're usually like SPF 15, SPF 20, SPF 25, I think is the highest you'll find. That's not enough. And just simply layering more on your skin is not going to be effective. You only have the amount of protection of the highest number of SPF that you have. So if the highest thing, if your bronzer has SPF 25, that's it.
Yeah.
Stacking an SPF 10 is not going to give you 35.
Okay.
Interesting.
So also with the CC and the BB creams that have like SPF 45, SPF 50, you have to put on so much more of the product than what you would wear.
Right.
It would be stage makeup. I mean, you'd have like an inch of it on your skin in order to get that actual effect of the SPF. So I always say, wear a separate SPF. Don't rely on the SPF in your makeup. Don't go out of your way to buy makeup with SPF in it. Just get a good sunscreen, put that on, let it sit for a minute, and then apply your makeup over top.
I love it. I feel like I was so excited to just start talking to Ashley that I forgot to tell everybody what we're drinking.
Yeah, I know. I realized we skipped that too.
I just took a drink and I was like, oh, yeah, we forgot. So what are we drinking?
Moons on them? Are these moons on the glass?
I think they're polka dots. I don't know. Maybe they're moons. They can be moons.
Oh no, mine are stripes.
Well, this is the Mikasa barware.
They're all different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 4 different designs. And so like I have all the different types of glasses, but they're all in the 4 different designs.
Super cute.
It's cute. Okay, so we are drinking one of my absolute favorites, just a simple Malibu and pineapple, which I could drink by the gallon.
Yeah.
It's yummy.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's
Refreshing.
Refreshing.
I love pineapple juice.
I do too. It's Thor's favorite, so we always have it all over the place.
Yes, that's very good.
And what
Okay.
did you call the thing you opened the container?
A church key.
Church key. And I had never heard it called that before. I knew what it was.
Because the pineapple juice is a can.
Right.
So, yeah, I I've
For
heard
Kitty.
it. I just always
I
called it a
feel like
can
I-
opener.
Right. Me too.
have learned that from my parents, maybe. And let me tell you, they know how to open alcoholics.
That's true. But they do. They do.
Very good.
But maybe that maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it's not a church key. I don't know.
No,
Somebody tell
Ashley
us.
said that that's what she'd heard it. Oh, you hadn't
No,
heard it.
but
no.
you grew up in
I'm
New York.
Googling it. No, but
No.
my mom did, and sometimes
Okay.
her weird East Coast stuff messes me up.
Because it could be a regional thing.
Yeah.
She's gonna be listening to this, being like, "Why am I being attacked?" Church
not
key
a
can
can
opener.
opener.
That
I
is
just-
exactly
yep.
what it is.
Interesting. Okay.
Fascinating.
So you learned something new.
Apparently,
time.
they don't call that here, but I swear my parents have called it that. So
I use them. That's what I use to open enchilada sauce when I make enchiladas for dinner.
there you go. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, I
easier to
just use
pour.
a regular can opener, but
It's
that's
just-
a better idea.
Yeah, it's just easier to pour.
Faster.
Yep, faster. You just pop both sides like you do the pineapple juice.
You could probably.
Yeah, well, I obviously didn't even know how to use it because I had to be like, who knows how to use this? Or do we have to drag my husband out here?
No, I got you.
You could probably do that for like tomato sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Or I've never thought about that.
I haven't either.
Yep.
I do have a church key though. I just didn't know that's what it was called. So
Okay, well, the internet says it absolutely is, so I am not crazy.
Nope, it was good.
okay.
Okay, so we know that Lauren gets a facial every month.
Yes, I've been going to see Ashley for about 4 years.
Since you were pregnant with Abe.
Yep, I was pregnant with Abe, and Matt
was going off to
Matt went
basic?
to basic training and wanted me to take care of myself while he was gone. So he's like, "You need to do something for yourself. Like, make sure that you are," because he was going to be gone for 6 months. And my pregnancy asthma or acne, my pregnancy breakout was really like breakouts were bad around especially around my chin, and so I saw Ashley post in like the Springfield group or something on Facebook, just kind of like I didn't know her. And she explained why she became an esthetician, and it just kind of spoke to me and what I was kind of going through with my breakouts, and reached out to her. It was super easy to schedule an appointment, and the rest is history. I've seen her every month. Maybe I may have missed 1 or 2 months, but every month for 4 years now, and I enjoy it.
I don't think you've missed too many. You definitely missed the one when you had Abe that day.
Right. That I was on my way to see Ashley for an appointment when I went into labor with Abe.
Fun.
And had to cancel.
And you were probably thinking, should I go to the
Do you think I have
facial?
time?
Do you think I have
She did
time
not.
to get this?
Turns out she did not have time.
I did not have time because I had him 45 minutes after
Oh,
getting
yeah.
to the
You
hospital.
didn't have
I
time
have
on
to
that one.
say, I'm not like a nurse or a doctor or anything, but I feel like an esthetician's room is probably the second best place to have a baby.
Super relaxed.
Very
Like
calming.
I even
Yeah.
have the little the clamps.
The
There you go.
Well, I'm pretty sure it would have been on the side of the highway.
Yeah, no, I'm super glad that you went to the hospital.
But I did.
instead.
I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm going to miss my appointment today. But my mom says I'm in labor because.
My mom says.
Yeah, because I took my kids out. I took Helen out for my mom to watch her while I went and had my facial because it's a Saturday morning, and my mom's like, "Well, how frequent are your contractions?" I'm like, "Oh, like every 3.5 minutes." And she was like,
Did you not remember this from your first 2 children?
I was induced with all of them.
Oh, so
She's
it's the
not
first
just
time you went
in
into
labor,
natural
she's in
It's not-
active
Active labor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, but because I was supposed to be induced 2 days later with him.
You're like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah, I was like, Matt's
This
coming
is
home
Braxton
from basic
Hicks.
tomorrow. Like, we've got this all planned. And I could like talk through them. I had heard like they weren't real contractions. Like if you could talk through them, and I could talk through them. They were mainly in my back. And anyways, but my mom was like, no, those are real contractions. And
No, please go to the hospital.
Yeah, well, so she took me to the hospital.
Well, that's good. Good job, Kathy. Way to not let her drive.
I had to like wake my dad up because he was still asleep. I'm like, can you watch Helen? And he's like, what's going on? And I was like, I'm gonna have
a baby.
Like, I need you to watch Helen. And he was so confused. And then my mom forgot her. It was a shit show.
It
like
was
I
a
forgot my
clusterfuck.
Yeah, it was a clusterfuck. But Ashley was very patient with me canceling my appointment.
You texted me that you had to like you weren't coming in, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna go to Tuesday morning and like find like a baby gift for her." I pull in the parking lot, and she's like, "He's here."
Okay, now, so you started having facials done when you were pregnant.
Yes.
I have heard that there is certain skincare you're not supposed to do when you're pregnant. Tell us more about that.
So there's actually a lot that you shouldn't be doing while you're pregnant, but it's also like very gray. And so the reason that certain products and certain techniques should not be used during pregnancy is because they don't want to test them on pregnant women, because
Makes sense.
it's not worth any
If something went wrong.
ramifications. Yeah. So no chemical peels, certain types of massage that you shouldn't do. Although I had a massage therapist tell me that if he could induce labor by massaging pressure points, he wouldn't be a massage therapist anymore.
You would just induce labor for a living.
Yeah, like, I would be a very rich man and I'd be on a yacht right now.
Probably true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and like there's just certain ingredients that they're not recommended for use. Now, when I was pregnant with my second, I had already been an esthetician. I'd already been using stuff. So I asked my OBGYN, I was like, can I still use like certain things, glycolic cleanser, stuff like that? She was like, yeah, as long as your skin doesn't react to it, you're fine. So it's
do you change anything whenever you have a pregnant client? Do you make any alterations to what you do?
Yes. So I usually, at least if it's the first time I'm seeing them and they're pregnant, like even if I know them, if it's the first time I'm seeing them when they find out they're pregnant, I do a very gentle facial because pregnancy changes your skin. The hormones, everything reacts differently. If you're not sensitive, you can be super sensitive, or it can be the complete opposite. Like if you're normally sensitive, you can be like Iron Man. Skin is wild. I love it. So yes, I usually do I'll do a very gentle, very soothing facial, very little exfoliation, if any at all, just to gauge the temperature of what their skin reacts to and how. And then we just kind of go from there. I have most of my clients I have a really deep level of trust with. So they're really good about telling me that doesn't feel normal. Is it supposed to do that?
Yeah. Once in a while we'll do a fruit enzyme on my face that'll get a little spicy, as Ashley calls it. And she's like, just tell me if it feels spicy. And once in a while they do, because I do have a pretty sensitive face. And then we just don't use that one again. So
fascinating. Okay, so Lauren does a facial every month. Any other professional spa services that you do?
I get my nails done, but no.
What about you, Amanda?
I have had one facial in my life.
Only one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Was there a reason you didn't get another one?
was it that bad?
Well, I'm just.
Actually, the girl that I went to was really good, but it was her last day and I was her last client and I had no clue. I was like, oh, okay. So I just I've never found anybody else to go to.
Well,
I have
one now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So
I love that.
she'd probably hate my skin routine anyway. So I'll probably get.
I don't
scolded.
hate anything. I don't do I. I mean,
she never scolds me. It's just well,
She's just
you
like, I
oughta
can
do
tell.
this.
I think I may be a little bit more firm with you just because we've been together so long and
Yeah.
we're friends outside of.
Right.
But yeah, my thing is I never want to make anybody feel bad about anything ever at all for any reason.
Yeah, her studio is very much a safe space.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, and Ashley also does. Speaking of safe space, she also waxes. So I also go and get my bikini waxes from Ashley. So very safe space.
Oh,
very
how often
comfortable.
Yeah.
do you do that every month as well?
We usually do it really only in the summer. And
See, that's. I mean, I
like your
yeah.
bikini waxes.
I get the Brazilian.
The Brazilian.
yeah,
There
that's
you
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I get. And
But-
Ashley does it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's
The first couple
Not
was
awkward.
oh shit, but you
you get used to it.
get used to it.
I've done no waxing down there ever.
It's very painful, but it's fast.
Yeah.
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 So, but Ashley started waxing, right? Or no, you didn't start with waxing, but you used to do a lot of waxing.
I've
didn't
always
you?
done both.
Okay.
I go my business goes through ebbs and flows where more of my clients are doing waxing and then now more of them are doing facials. Like a dermaplane facial is my number one.
Oh,
I probably do about 80% of my services are dermaplane facials.
Okay, explain that to me.
So dermaplane, it's what Lauren gets and it sounds so much scarier than it actually is.
Feels great.
I use a surgical scalpel,
Okay.
a number 10 blade, to scrape the dead skin off of your face.
It's amazing.
It also
Sign me
gets the hair. A lot of people will get dermaplaning done for the hair removal. For me, that's secondary.
See, I do the hair removal at home. My husband doesn't know that.
I do too, and I bet I'll get in trouble for this, but I do it just with my regular razor when I'm in the shower.
I do. I have.
What are we shaving?
just my cheeks.
Cheeks?
And
Okay.
and you know,
No, I
yeah.
do. I have the little blades, like the little.
Tinkle?
tinkle.
Oh yeah, I don't have time for that shit. But I really do feel like even just the quick little like scraping of the razor over my face that I do, I feel like makes my makeup go on so much smoother.
I would rather you use like a clean, brand new, fresh shaving razor than a tinkle razor.
Okay.
Yes,
See?
I
Damn it.
I would prefer you to do none of those.
None of those.
And go see Ashley.
But if I'm having to choose one evil over another, fresh, brand new shaving razor.
All right.
wins.
I don't know how fresh and brand new it always is. But no, I usually have a relatively fresh razor just because I really like the ones with like the
The
you know,
lotion bars.
yeah, the
Yes.
crap on the
Don't
outside.
use that on your face.
Oh, I do.
Like a man razor. Like my husband and I, we
just the
use the
blade.
Dollar Shave Club
Uh-huh,
blades.
uh-huh.
So,
That's just a single blade, right? Yeah.
no, I think ours are 5.
See,
three or 5.
My husband uses the single blade, like with
The old
razor.
school.
Yeah.
I tried to get my husband to use one of those ones. He hated it.
Oh, that's all he uses now. He won't use anything else on his face.
Matt did that for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be like so like posh and like
Oh, yeah.
debonair.
Yeah, he does-
and
he
he's
does
like,
the-
it's terrible. I hate it. And I was
Yeah.
like, I spent $30 on that thing.
Yeah, he does the
The whole
brush
set.
with the soap, the little bar,
Uh-huh.
and does all that, the boarheads brush and everything. Where
Okay.
he shaves, he has a beard, but up here on his face and his mustache, he does that.
Yep. And down the neck too,
Yep.
probably. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so only one facial ever,
Yes.
but you do your waxing regularly. Anything else?
That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you interested in facials? or-
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll bet you Cameron would love it.
Oh, she would. Has
It's
she ever
so
had one?
relaxing.
She's never had one. She's 20, getting ready to turn 21. So no, she's never had one.
Get her a facial for her birthday.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to Nashville for her 21st birthday.
She's already got it.
Yeah,
Amanda's like, I've spent enough.
So I'm not even done yet. So
Have
yes, no.
her get herself a facial after you get back from Nashville so I
Yes.
can fix Nashville.
Okay,
There
that
you
sounds
go.
great.
There you go.
Yeah, that sounds great. She'd love it. Fix Nashville.
We got to get Nashville. off
Yeah,
her.
it's going to be crazy. So, yeah. No, what about you?
I don't do anything regularly, but if I could afford it, I would do a facial and a massage every single month. I mean, probably I could afford it if I just like spent my money a little more wisely, but I don't.
Got
But
time for that.
Well, you don't
I-
spend it on gas, so there you go.
no, like there's like every time my husband looks at my bank account, he's like, I don't understand. Like you should have a lot more than this.
And that's when you
I'm
say,
like,
stop looking at my account.
but I have to buy stuff off of Amazon. But the last time I got a massage, so I love massages because I feel like they're so relaxing and they really work. And I carry a lot of stress in my body, like especially in my shoulder blades. But the last time I got a massage, I didn't go back. It was several months ago now. I've never gone to the same person twice. 'Cause
You
it's just not-
should.
I'm not organized enough for that. But I went to this girl at Acacia Spa. It was amazing. I loved their amenities. It was fantastic. But she's like working on my muscles, and she's like, you really carry a lot of stress in your body. And I was like, I know. Yeah, I really do. I have a fairly stressful job. And she's like, yeah, you really need to like work that out more. You need to get the stress out of your body more. And I thought she was trying to sell me on like a massage package or something. I was like, yeah, like I should get more massages. She's like, no, I mean like daily yoga.
They also, don't they have a yoga studio there too?
Do they?
I don't know if they do it. She was not trying to sell me anything. She was
Okay.
just very concerned about how much stress I keep in my body.
mean,
And I was like, oh shit.
You should be stretching, but
Yeah.
I
was
who
just like,
does?
okay. So I probably won't go back. But the other thing I did when I was there, well, not to her, I would definitely go back to Acacia. Like I love they have a
it's pretty
eucalyptus
bougie.
shower and a sauna. Yeah. But the other thing I got that day was I got a facial and I got microdermablation, and I loved it so much. But I only did it once, and she told me, she was like, it was like one of those like, you can choose this, that, or the other thing. And I think dermaplaning was one of the things you could choose, but I was excited with microdermablation, and she told me at the time, she's like, this really is better in like a series. And of course I just did the one and never went back. But I will say I loved it. Like it was amazing. It's like where they like blast your face with like sand.
Oh, that does sound good.
And I really was kind of nervous it was going to hurt. It did not. Actually, it was almost more relaxing than the massage.
Really?
It's very like hypnotic because it's a lot of like repeat strokes.
Yeah. Do you do?
I do.
Tell us what you do. Tell us everything you do. What do you offer?
So I offer most facial things. Now I'm solo, so I don't have like all the amenities and everything, but I do regular facials, relaxing facials. I do one of my favorites is it's called a crystal fusion facial, which I infuse. So there's gua sha, which is a Chinese medicine technique. It's like more than 2,000 years old.
Is it real?
Yes.
Because I see it
feels
online all the
really,
time.
really
And it's just
good.
like people scraping their skin with those jade things. And I'm like,
Yes.
does that do something?
It
Yes.
feels really good.
Yes. So it if nothing else, it feels
It
amazing.
doesn't feel amazing.
Okay,
But
fair.
it in the right hands and or with the right training, it can transform your face.
Really?
Yeah. I follow a couple estheticians that like their whole practice is built around gua sha and other methods of facial massage. And like no retinols, no acids, no nothing. Their skin and their client's skin is amazing just from massaging because it stimulates lymphatic drainage. So now gua sha, a lot of people mistake it as only lymphatic drainage, and it is so much more than that. But in light downward strokes, it drains all of the gunk out of your face because your lymphatic system doesn't pump itself. It's not like your circulatory system. So it needs, like, your body uses the movement from, daily life, but your face, it doesn't
don't get
move
that.
as much.
Pretty
So
stagnant.
yeah, those lymph nodes need help to drain everything out of your face. So
Fascinating.
gua sha is really, really great for that. It also, it can firmer upward strokes. It can do lifting and toning. It can change texture. There's an esthetician that she has a technique specifically for people with acne and oily skin to like help smooth the texture and everything. It can help with fine lines. I mean, yeah. I love gua sha.
So the crystal fusion
Crystal
facials
fusion.
you do include the gua sha.
Yeah, so it's crystal fusion in that I have taken the traditional Chinese medicine techniques of gua sha and infuse them in with modern, what you would consider European facial techniques. Now, that facial does not include any extractions. It is 100% relaxation based. Lots of massage, lots of cleansing, very gentle exfoliation, just enough to like stimulate circulation in the skin. And it's just like people that get it, it's just like an hour and 20-minute nap.
Oh,
Wow.
maybe that's what I need to be doing.
Yeah,
like
that
when
could
you go
be your
get-
weekly thing.
Every week.
That's I never sleep because we talk the whole time,
Yeah.
and like we've been joking
It's
that
book
now
club.
it's book club because we talk about books the whole time. But if I think I have fallen asleep like once, and because it is really, really relaxing. If you weren't like really good friends with your esthetician, you would definitely.
Okay, tell me this. What is the appropriate etiquette for going? Like, are you supposed to chat with your esthetician? Is it okay to fall asleep? I don't talk to strangers. Tell me more about this.
Stranger danger.
I let my client lead. I want to get a sign. Like I saw I think it was a massage therapist has a sign that's like, I'm in the mood to chat, or you flip it over and it's, I just want quiet.
Oh.
I don't care what you do. I have some clients, they come in, they literally just lay there, and then that gives me my meditation time where I get into it. I'm just doing my thing, using my brain elsewhere. Or I have people like Lauren where we come in and a 75-minute facial turns into 2 hours. I have to schedule them at the end of my day.
Yeah, can't have anything
we're
on the back
talking.
end.
And I talk with my hands. So like if I'm dermaplaning and we're talking, like I'm just like waving. I set the blade down, but I'm just waving my hands everywhere.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, like no matter where you go, it should be the same. Like you should be able to set the tone for whatever service you're getting.
Okay. I totally interrupted you with my question, though. What other services do you provide? Yeah, that was what we were talking about.
I
I just needed to know if I'm okay to not talk to people. So it's always the same space.
So I do the crystal fusion. You can add gua sha onto just like a regular facial if you want to. I do dermaplaning, microderm. I do chemical peels and micro needling as well. However, I will not do them on first time clients, and you have to be on a skincare routine through me in order to qualify for those services because it is that important. I know some places will let people come in off the street and get microneedling and send them out the door with no follow-up instructions, no nothing. And that like makes my skin crawl. But yeah, so like I don't do lasers and I don't do like cavitation or anything like that, but there's not many things that I don't do.
But it's all around facials.
Yeah.
Red light
waxing.
therapy.
Yes.
She does red light therapy. That's something that we've added to my, because right now we're really focusing on my melasma, which are like the dark spots on the sides of my face from my pregnancies. And
I
so
don't see any dark spots on the side of your face.
See,
They're much better than they were. Like I don't know what you've been doing.
But yeah, so we've been doing red light therapy. And then also Ashley does my brows sometimes. So she does like waxing.
Waxing, tinting. I do traditional tinting and henna, so you can pick which one you prefer.
And then waxing.
Yeah, waxing.
And I've done a hydrofacial with you too.
oh yeah, I do hydrofacials.
Yeah.
Oh, what's a hydrofacial?
So it's like the microdermabrasion that you had, except it uses water and specialized serums with like different acids or different formulations.
Which one's better?
It depends.
Do they treat different things or?
I mean, they kind of all treat the same things. Like a microderm can be used to treat any number of skin conditions, whereas the same can be said for a hydrofacial. The difference is for both actually, if you have sensitive skin or if you're prone to rosacea or eczema or anything, you should not have any suction applied to your skin. And so that's when I usually would recommend dermaplaning as an alternative mechanical exfoliation.
Fascinating.
I like this episode. This is really good.
I know. This is like my
I'm
favorite
super
one
excited.
so far.
Yeah.
This is so good.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to round robin on what our issues
Yeah,
are?
I just have to ask first. The red light therapy is another one I've always wondered, is it real and what does it do?
So red light therapy was invented by NASA for use in the ISS. Like they were testing out techniques of like growing food and things in space, and the skincare industry, as they do, adopted it. So I use multiple light colors. Red light is like the most common one. It's like the one size fits all, I guess you could say, although I disagree. It's very stimulating. So if you're like trying to build collagen, it's great for that. People do it for the whole body. Like it's supposed to help with cellulite and things like that. Basically anything where you want to stimulate.
Okay, but it's different from UV, right? Like it's safe.
Yes. So, and that's another controversy because I love blue light therapy, but everyone's on this whole like anti-blue light kick right now. There's LED light. The LED diodes do not produce ultraviolet radiation. They're incapable of doing so. So any light source that's
I feel like you're a scientist.
She knows a lot of
Yeah.
This is so good.
Any light source that comes from an LED, it's completely safe for the skin.
Okay. So I see on TikTok, because I get all of my information from TikTok, obviously.
That's a very bad place to be getting your
well,
information.
I'll tell you about my life. So unless it pertains to my job, I only get my information from TikTok. So I see these girls with like the red light masks. Are those like actually good for you? Should I go buy one?
I have one.
So that's a
home.
yes.
She's going to
That
get
was
one
a
now.
yes.
Sorry.
Have you seen them where they like wear them and they scare their husbands?
Yes.
Don't spend the money on the expensive. I know everyone's like the more concentrated the diodes are, the better. And like, yes, but only to a certain point. Like there becomes a point where it's more is too much or more stops being effective. So I literally just went on eBay and bought like a $50. It comes with the little neck piece. It has all of the colors, which I usually gravitate towards like the blue or the purple because I have oily acne prone skin. Yeah, highly recommend.
Okay, so before you leave, you'll help us pick some out on
Sure.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. And then we'll post links to them in the Facebook group
Yeah.
so everybody can benefit from it
Yes,
because we are
absolutely.
doing a podcast, even though I'm like over here just like getting all my questions answered. Okay, very fun. So how often do you do the red light at home? Like how often do you recommend that?
You can do it every day. I would not use red light every day because it is very stimulating. But if you're using like blue light, or for Lauren, yellow or green light, because those are very soothing, very anti-inflammatory. Green is amazing for reducing pigmentation. Yellow is good for stimulating lymphatic drainage. Blue light helps to balance oil production, kills acne-causing bacteria. And then there's all the other colors that kind of combine all of the different benefits from the other lights. Red light, I don't recommend doing every day, but if you're using like one of the lower energy lights, you can do it every single day, and you should do it every day.
Okay, this is exciting.
You're going to have the longest like bedtime routine now of
She's going to have to start at 6 o'clock.
to do all
it's only
these
going to start at
things.
6 though.
The great thing about, especially the mask that I have, it has a strap. So you can sit up like, okay, I'm an old lady. We have the bed that like the head and the feet raise up. So we'll
nice.
literally just like sit in bed, turn the TV on. I'll put my mask on. I've got my knitting or whatever book I'm reading.
Oh, so you can like read it when like the light doesn't bother your eyes?
The one, at least the one that I have, it's got like little rubber thingies that like,
Oh, nice.
I mean, you can see a little bit of the light, but I have very sensitive eyes and it does not bother me.
This is like, I'm going to be made fun of so much by my husband, but like, I'm doing it. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to ask him to send me a picture.
Yes, we're going to need a picture.
Yeah.
When I
doing it.
first got my mask, I tried it on the green light, and I made a reel on Instagram. It's still up, where I used a Jim Carrey from The Mask.
The Mask.
The audio. It's party time.
I love it.
It's perfect.
My kids walked in, and my youngest, he was like 5 at the time. He was like, "What is on your face?"
Oh my gosh. Okay. I love this. Yeah. Okay, so we're all gonna buy red light masks now, or multiple light masks. It sounds like, but we're gonna get a link and we're gonna post it in the Facebook
Yes.
group so everybody can benefit.
Yep.
Okay, we'll start our round robin with Lauren, since obviously Ashley already helps you with all of your issues.
Yeah.
You kind of know.
I mean, we've been focusing on my melasma during both my pregnancies. It was like pregnancy related, like hormonal acne.
and that's dark. Like that's like basically like the dark
But
acne.
the melasma is like
scars, right?
it is just dark patches.
Yeah.
It looks like sun damage,
Okay.
and it is caused a little bit from the sun. But like I said, it's triggered by hormones, light and heat.
Oh,
So it can be very, very hard.
like hormones, light, or heat.
Hormones trigger the conditions, then the light and the heat darken the pigmentation.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's kind of, and I have freckles, but it's kind of like the freckles just turn into like a big like patch on the sides of my faces. So
Okay. But your skin looks amazing, especially right now. Like your skin looks fantastic.
it
tonight.
has so much better than when I started with Ashley, pregnant or not. Like it's just gotten, I don't have the breakouts that I have. I feel like I'm not aging like I would be otherwise. I mean, it's hard to say because it's been 4 years down the road, but I feel like I really haven't aged in those 4 years. But of course, it's slow when you see yourself every day in the mirror. But yeah, and my skin just feels good. And I know if I do have an issue come up that Ashley will always help me with it. The extractions are great. So every facial that I have with Ashley, she does extractions. So she takes out any like the blackheads and stuff, which can be painful, but that's usually when I fall asleep. So
And she's not
oddly
lying
enough,
either.
like
She goes the quiet. I'm like, I really need you to be quiet during the dermaplane, but you choose the extractions of all time.
But I have the scalpel across your skin. Yeah.
yeah, no, I talk during the dermaplane.
Yeah.
She's never cut me. It's great. But yeah,
Just imagine
steady
you're trying to
hand.
scalpel your skin and your like whole face is moving because you're
Yeah.
talking.
I've never Sweeney Todded anybody.
Okay,
so.
that's good. That's good to know.
That's good to know. Yeah.
but yeah, I think that's really the melasma is what we're kind of focusing on right now. And just has really nothing to do with Ashley, but I need to be better about doing my routine.
What is your routine?
Well, in the mornings, I should every morning wash my face, and then I use azelaic acid, which both Ashley and then the dermatologist I went to do like my head to toe check just to make sure I didn't have any suspicious moles or anything. We were also talking about my melasma, and they recommended it, so it's like an azelaic acid.
Hey, that's one of the prescriptions I was just telling you a couple weeks ago that I paid the $60 for because I didn't know how to say no.
When you went by yourself.
It was $20 at Ulta
Okay.
for an azelaic acid.
What does it do? Should I be using
I
it?
don't know what it does. It's just supposed to help with the melasma.
Ashley?
I'll tell you.
Azelaic acid helps with brightening pigmentation, and it also helps to calm the melanocytes, which are the cells that live in the skin that produce the pigmentation. It helps to calm them so that they're not overproducing pigmentation. So pigmentation is caused anytime your skin is damaged on a cellular DNA level. So UV, there's no such thing as a safe tan unless it's a spray tan.
Okay, don't look at my body then.
Okay, I went to the dermatologist and she told me that like every time you get in the tanning bed, you increase your risk of skin cancer by like 5 times. Every single time you got in the tanning bed.
And
she's like, so how many times did you get in the tanning bed? And I'm like, well, I graduated high school in 2005. So
A lot.
yeah.
Between the years of 2003 and
Yeah,
2005.
like-
you probably
like,
lived at Tan
remember
City.
like the $20 tan every day, like
Yeah.
all you can packages, and we always got them before like every school dance. And I feel like there were a lot of school dances. We already talked about that on
Yep.
this podcast.
And
too.
Jersey
Like,
Shore was on TV.
so basically,
Yeah.
it's like 100% chance of skin cancer over
right.
here.
Yeah.
That's why you got to go see the dermatologist.
Well, and then
Have
I
to do
went
the
and I had
check.
one large. I like to get these large, like hormonal zits, like right before my period. I had one, and she gave me like these very expensive prescriptions, and that was one of them.
For one zit.
For one zit. That, and I got clindamycin or
Next
something,
time,
some sort of like
see an
antibiotic.
esthetician, you'll save so much money.
Well, I really just wanted her to tell me if any of these weird ass moles in my body were going to kill me. That's all I wanted.
yeah.
And she did. Turns out I'm fine. I'm not going to die. But I did walk out of there with these prescriptions, and I was like, okay, I'll get the prescriptions. And then I go to show up at the pharmacy, and they're like $120. And I was like, holy shit. But I was too afraid to talk to the stranger to be like, I'm not going to pay that. You can just put those back on the shelf. And so I paid for it. And now I have them, and I haven't used them.
But she has them. So.
Skincare does not work through osmosis. You have to apply.
I don't even know how to use them. I think I was so shell shocked. I didn't know I was going to question. I was like, what?
That's not. That's okay. Dermatologists, very important. But what really bothers me is that they don't instruct you on how to use the things
Yeah,
that they
she's just like, I'm going to
prescribe.
give you these prescriptions. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, those are expensive. And now I'm like, what am I using this for?
That's why I have people using prescription strength retinols in the morning. And I'm like, who told you to do that? Well, my dermatologist. I was like, your dermatologist did not tell you to use prescription strength retinol in the morning. They just didn't tell you not to.
Okay, finish telling us your routine. And then I want Ashley to tell us like the basic routine that everyone should use no matter what.
Well, so mine is wash my face, use the azelaic acid, which is like essentially a serum, like a serum step. And then I put a lightweight moisturizer on during the day. Or sunscreen and skip the moisturizer if I'm going to be out in the sun. And then at the end of the day, I wash my face and do the same thing. So I put the azelaic acid on, which we started off me doing it like once every other day to make sure that my face didn't react to it. But my face seems to like it fine. So do that at night. And then I put a heavier moisturizer on at night to sleep in.
That's a pretty simple skincare routine.
Yeah, it's
too.
super simple.
I feel like I use all kinds of serums that I don't even know what they're used for, but TikTok told me to do it. And I'm pretty sure it gave me milia around, or whatever, milia or whatever that is, all around my eyes.
Yeah.
I can help with that.
Okay. Is that like you pop them and they're gone, or like several? No, like you can just get rid of
Milia is a one and done.
them. Okay,
But
I got them
process-
up here,
oh,
and I got them here.
I can't do them on the eyelid, but I can do them as long as they're outside of the orbital bone. I can do it.
Okay.
And then if they're not, you recommend I can't talk, moisturizing, right? Didn't you
Hyaluronic acid helps with milia because what milia is a blackhead. It's the same substance that's inside a blackhead. It's keratin, dead skin, oil, all that stuff, except it's covered by a layer of skin. Instead of a blackhead, it's just open.
I have one of those right here. I can't ever get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it has. It
Sounds
has
like
to
Ashley
be-
can get rid of it.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You have to cut it open and squeeze it out, and
And then it's done.
then it's done, and then it's gone. And I mean, it can come back if you are putting your skin in the same conditions, but as long as you're remedying that, it's
I
gone.
love it. Okay. Okay, so tell us like the basic skincare routine any woman should be doing if she hasn't gone to a professional.
At the bare minimum.
Or human, I guess. I shouldn't say
any
woman.
Yeah, any human. If you are over the age of like 13 and you have an epidermis, you should be cleansing twice a day and moisturizing twice a day. and or wearing SPF in the morning. That is the bare minimum. I do recommend in the morning just a single cleanse, because you should be cleansing in the morning. If you're anything like me, I'm a very heavy sleeper, and I drool and I sweat, and all of that is on my skin. Like I wake up, I've got crusty drool all around my mouth, eye boogers, I'm covered in sweat, so I have to wash that off my face. And then I use a moisturizer and a facial oil. And then if I'm going to be leaving the house, I will put SPF on. And then at nighttime, double cleanse, whether you wear makeup or not, double cleanse. Because like I said, you've got to get the dirt off of your skin and then cleanse your skin. And then you can apply your skincare.
So what does it mean to double cleanse?
You cleanse, rinse, cleanse.
With the
Literally
same
wash your
product?
face twice.
You can use the same product, absolutely. Most of the time, people will do like a double cleanse, same cleanser, and then the next night they'll do a double cleanse with like your makeup removing cleanser, and then like a more active cleanser, like a glycolic or salicylic acid cleanser. But if you're just using like a standard like cream cleanser, you can absolutely double cleanse with that.
Fascinating. So I have like niacinamide. I have like vitamin C. I have a retinol cream. I have all kinds of stuff I'm using, but you're saying I don't really need that.
This is the bare
Like you can you can spend as much money as you want.
This is just to keep your skin clean and moisturized.
Now, if somebody comes and sees you, will you help them with like a custom, like these are the serums you should use, or this is what you should use?
Yeah. So my approach is very take it kind of day by day. Like when I have a new client come in, I will recommend to them, like, this is, if I could design your dream skincare routine, this is everything that I'd have you use. Here's like the 2 basics. And then as they progress, then I start recommending, okay, I really think that you should be using this serum, or I really think that you should be adding this toner or whatever. It varies person to person, but I try to take it very slowly. I don't like to pressure people. I don't like to make people feel stressed out or like they have to have all these products that, it's like shelf decor.
Right. What's your opinion on, I've heard different opinions on like multi-use serums versus single serums.
So are you talking like a serum
like
that has
multi-ingredients?
multiple? Okay. I mean, as long as they're well formulated,
They're okay.
yeah.
So you don't feel like people have to go out and buy like 10 different items to get the result they want?
No. I mean, SkinScript, the company that I work with the most, and I have other skincare lines that I also recommend. One that is a primarily CBD line. It's called Vixen. And then I have a few others that I pull in because I don't think one skincare routine can solve everybody's problems. I don't believe that. SkinScripts, I don't think any of their serums are single ingredient, like single active serums. I think they all have blends.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
It's another lie TikTok told me.
Well, even the azelaic acid that I got at, which I get out of the dermatologist's office, and I'm like texting Ashley immediately, because the brand that the dermatologist told me to get, Ashley's like, I'm not really a fan of them, so I got a different brand.
I'll have to show you mine.
Yeah,
I've never used it.
through your bathroom.
Yeah, we'll just go open up my medicine cabinet. You can see all, and you'll be like, "Don't use any of that." Oh my god!
But
don't
I know
listen to TikTok.
It also has niacinamide.
Niacinamide.
Yeah, in it, which is for brightening, right? And so even it's not, even though like it's labeled as like an azelaic acid serum or whatever, that it has more stuff in it than just that.
So here's the thing about TikTok or just influencers in general. They get commission when you
they get
shop
paid
their link.
for it.
So
Yeah.
of course they want you to buy 6 different serums.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Amanda, what challenges do you have with your skincare routine?
Well, I mean, I have the melasma because I got it when I was pregnant. Although I have everyone telling me that they can't see it, but I can see it.
Right.
It's just like right here on my cheeks. And then I get a little oily. That's really about it. So I'm not terrible. The only
really pretty skin.
the only makeup that I like consistently is my eyebrows because they're like non-existent anymore. But I just use bar soap to wash my face. It is Dove, the Dove unscented. I do look at the look.
She's
I'm
just
getting.
like, stay calm,
She
stay
is.
calm, stay calm.
My husband always did that too.
Find your happy place.
Find your happy place. It's what I've always used. When Emily was working with us. She actually worked in a dermatologist at one point office. And she like came, she was just mortified at some of the things that people would come in. And she's like, sunscreen, mom, sunscreen, and moisturize. So probably just like within the last, probably I'd say 4 or 5 years, I have gotten to where I moisturize every day.
Very good.
I do wear sunscreen when we go out on the river on my face, definitely, because I've just been paranoid about it.
Do you reapply?
On my face? No.
Anywhere?
I don't. Yes. I do. No, I do.
I'm just looking at those,
Every 80 minutes.
those very pink arms of yours. And what?
But yeah, on my face, I usually do not reapply. I use the CeraVe. I'm going to say that wrong.
Oh, yeah, CeraVe. I love it.
It's the 30 SPF is what I'll put on. And I actually put that on every single day.
Reapply every 80 minutes when you're out on the water.
Does it matter what the SPF is?
Yes, nothing below a 30 and anything over 45. It's the amount of like the percentage of UVA, UVB rays that are blocked decreases as the SPF factor gets higher.
Oh, interesting.
So like SPF 45, I don't know the numbers 100% off the top of my head. So this is not fact, but so let's say SPF 45 blocks 97.9% UVA,
Right.
UVB rays. SPF 50 is like 98.
Okay, so like not.
It's nominal, the difference.
Okay, that's good
That is
advice.
good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That really is. Because, I mean, we do reapply, while we're out there. I don't my face. I have started wearing a hat every time
Okay.
I go out. I do cover my face.
Okay.
And my husband does too.
Okay, good.
So I can honestly sit here and tell you, I do not remember the last time my face got burnt.
Very good.
So I'm trying to keep that.
But
I'm the oldest one sitting at this table. So I feel like I need to do something to, keep it to where it's not just like wrinkles and saggy and all that. So, and I've lost weight. So I think I've lost it in my face and I don't want the, the jowls. So
I think you
Wash
really,
Out helps with that.
You have really pretty skin, and you don't have a lot of wrinkles at all. I think I have more wrinkles than you do, and I'm 10 years younger.
I just need to.
You also just have like a really healthy glow, probably because you're outside more. But yeah, you have a healthy glow about your skin.
I just need to take care of it.
I'm starting
more.
to think that maybe it might not have been you. I had a client tell me that she was wanting to do something about the wrinkles around her eyes, and I was like, "What wrinkles?" And so she like she scrunches her face up, and she's like, "These wrinkles." I was like, "Those are expression lines, not
do anything about
wrinkles."
that.
It wasn't me, but you
was not you.
You
Okay.
have told me that I have a lot of expression when I talk, and that's why I have like the wrinkles I have are from because I'm very expressive when I talk. So.
See, I get him here because Cliff always tells me, "Would you stop frowning?" And he'll like rub, and I do it in my sleep apparently too, because I'll wake up and he's doing that.
You cannot help the RBF.
I know.
I've lost count of how many times I've walked into a room and like the person in the room is like, "What is wrong?"
Yeah, nothing.
And I'm like, absolutely nothing. Like I am on cloud 9 right now. And they're like, "You look like you're ready to murder somebody."
I love it.
Yeah.
So I do not recommend bar soap.
Okay.
It is too alkaline I don't recommend it even for the body. Like I know Dove bar soap, my mother swears by it. It's too alkaline. It strips your natural oils and it can actually cause a condition called, oh my God, the word just like left my brain.
You'll think of it as soon as you start talking again.
It's where the water in your skin evaporates out of your skin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There's a name for it. It's like,
Okay.
I know the name. It's gone.
It just dries you out really bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it dehydrates you. So I don't recommend bar soap. I don't even recommend like goat's milk bar soaps or anything like that. They're fine for the body. I don't recommend them for the face. I do recommend using cleansers that are designed specifically for the face because the skin on your face is different from the skin on your body.
Yeah.
I have a question. This is a weird question, and you're
Transepidermal water loss.
There it is.
Oh, she got it. That was a fancy word too. That's a big term.
Tool for short.
There's like bugs in your face, right? That like live.
Yeah, Deodermics mites.
Yeah,
Gross.
those. But do they also live in other places on your skin or just
Yeah.
your face?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, they are an essential part of your microbiome.
Yeah, I know, but it grows.
Why do you have to bring things like this up? This is gross. This is like the eyelash mites. Like I don't want to know.
I mean, I don't know.
As long as they're not overgrown, they're supposed to be there.
And I'm not talking about dead ones for once. So they're alive.
We got away from dead animals at least.
I mean, just much like our Mother Earth, your body is a planet to living organisms.
There you go.
That is true.
Whether you
gross.
want them there or not,
Yeah.
they're supposed to be there.
They're supposed
But you just don't think about it.
Yeah, don't think about it. Let me think about it for you because it does not bother me. Let me take that burden off your shoulders.
I thought of another piece of advice that Ashley's given me is to change your pillowcase.
Oh, yeah.
I don't, which I don't. But you're supposed to change it very frequently.
So I sleep on one side. The next night I flip the pillow over, sleep on the other side, and then I sleep with 2 pillows. So then the next night I sleep on the next pillow, flip it over. So then I change my pillowcases every 4 nights.
Oh, so one night per side. Fascinating. I
Drool
change
and
my
sweat.
sheets every week, but it sounds like nightly's better.
Now, if you are not acne prone, like Lauren and I, every night. You two probably get away with like every couple of nights, as long as you don't drool and sweat profusely. which
Oh,
I do.
girlfriend, I sweat like
so
a
sweaty.
freaking pig every night.
Yeah.
Really?
It's the premenopause thing.
It's mine, I think.
terrible.
You should try sleeping with my husband. I just desperately claw to any heat I can get underneath the blanket because it's like 50 degrees in the bedroom.
Oh God, no.
Oh, that's heavenly.
No, it's really not. Like it's really kind of miserable. So
No,
there's no sweating.
I'm
but-
built for Scandinavia. Like I need to be where the cold air is.
Which, fun fact, Ashley's book boyfriend trope is Viking. So,
Oh,
Vikings and or Shadow Daddy.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Okay, love it. Love everything
Talking
about it.
this the other day.
Luther Corbois and Bjorn
And Bjorn.
Firehead.
oh.
I think I've read enough now to know that my book boyfriend trope is not the mafia. The mafia boyfriend
I
is
haven't
like,
read any of those.
oh my gosh, I read several of them, and I'm just like, this is a lot of gore and blood, and a lot of like casual murdering people,
I
and then going
don't-
home to the girl.
I don't mind the gore and blood. I just finished the Ever King and the Ever Queen
Oh,
series.
okay, I did read
And-
that, and I loved them.
Oh my god!
But is there a new book coming out or just released for like the
Mist
last?
Thief?
Yes, is that already out?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go
It's
read it.
not
I haven't
on
read that
Audible
one yet
because I finished the Ever Queen on Audible and I went to go get the Mist Thief and I was like, God damn it, it's not out till October.
I've
I've
not
already read it on Kindle.
I have not read The Mist Thief yet, but
It's
I've read the other books.
good.
Very
It's
good. Yeah, that's a good recommendation. For
Did
the
you
listeners.
read the Broken Kingdom series?
No.
Go back and read that because it's the story of the parents of all the people.
Oh, I figured there was probably
like
something
Valen
out
and
there about them.
Elise,
Yeah,
Case
yeah, yeah.
and Malin. I love Case. Oh my god.
I love it. Okay. I'm gonna have to write these down. You've given me so. I'm gonna have to like rewrite them down when I edit this
I'm
podcast.
bringing my book buddies together.
Yeah.
We have book club now.
We should totally do book club. I told you months ago I want to do a book club.
No,
She did she wanted to
I'm
do
down.
a podcast and look at us. Now we need to do
down.
book club.
I know, Amanda. do
I
you wanna
get
do
what
book
I
club
want with
us?
my friends. Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to start reading really good. See, remember I'm doing the audio,
Maybe
so
no mafia books. Can I tell you guys something really funny that we don't have to include in the podcast? But so when I went and saw Ashley the other day, I had on this outfit that I rented, and it looked like that like
Toile.
toile. And anyway, so I get home, and the timing of this is just so funny because Matt has just finished watching The Sopranos. Like he's been watching it you said mafia, and this is what reminded me.
yeah,
of
the
this.
ending of that is terrible, by the way.
Well-
Was the toile pattern the Sopranos?
Yes.
Oh, that's
I didn't know it when I was wearing it at first, and I started looking in the mirror, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Tony Soprano getting like the newspaper. Oh my god, that's Tony and Carmela at Artie's like eating dinner.
At least they weren't people in like compromising NSFW
I mean,
positions because I've
whatever,
seen
but-
toile of that too.
Right. But yeah, so I started looking at it, and I realized that I'm in the like our master bath, and Matt was in the garage, and I like started running because he literally just finished watching The Sopranos for the first time. Like he watched it over the last like 2 months and just finished a couple days ago. And I'm like running across the house. I'm like, Matt, look at my outfit. And I don't know, like the dog was it was crazy. The dog was jumping on me on all this. And he's like, well, what's going on? I'm like, no, these are the Sopranos all over my outfit. Because it was like matching biker shorts. And
So did the place you rented it from not tell you
No, it didn't say.
you're
Specifically-
purchasing The Sopranos?
Sopranos
Well, I did-
inspired.
No. I mean, I can show, I'll show you what it looks like. But
It was super. She looked
It's super
so
cute.
cute.
It looks like pajamas though. But
Well, I did ask you, I was like, are those pajamas? Like, I wouldn't have judged you if they were. They just looked super cute and comfy.
This week's Hot Mess Express is going to be Lauren wearing her rented outfit that she spent a bunch of money on and didn't know it was Sopranos print, showing up where her esthetician's like, are you wearing pajamas?
I didn't say it like that.
That's funny.
I was just going to be like, that looks so comfy.
I take this personally.
I hope you do.
I'm going to show you what it looks like on the app.
She looked so cute.
We're going to have to post a picture of this in the Facebook
Okay,
group.
it's James printed shirt. It's Rachel Antonoff, which all of her stuff is like kind of funny, but I mean, would you look at that and think that was a Sopranos?
I would not.
I knew it wasn't like a traditional toile pattern, but
I would wonder if it's pajamas, but I would not think it was Sopranos.
Yeah, well, at the top, if you actually are like it's linen,
It
it's
looks
not like
so
silky.
comfy.
It is really comfy. And then
Okay,
it has like
we'll have to post a picture of it in the Facebook group so everybody can see it.
okay, I can do that.
How much is the shirt?
It is $111.15, and that's 43% off.
Oh, wow.
It's like $200 new.
She's bougie.
That is bougie.
That's why I rent them.
I'm just going to go buy some linen material and sew myself a shirt.
For a shirt that might be pajamas. I love everything about it.
I'm gonna kill you. Where you live.
I love you.
I love you too.
So Ashley, how did you get into?
So it's actually like, it's kind of a long story, but I will try to make it quick. I did not even know what an esthetician was. I was really heavily into makeup, like spent my entire paycheck at Ulta, like watched all the YouTube tutorials. Like I would get up at like 10 o'clock at night and go sit in my room and like put makeup on just to go wash it off again. I just loved the artistry of makeup. I had just had my oldest and then got let go from my job at Chase. And I was working in the stock room at Ross, and it was just soul sucking, and I hated it. And I was like, I need a career. So I had thought maybe I would go into nursing because I remembered how like just being in the hospital, having my baby, the nurses made me feel so safe and cared for, and I wanted to make other people feel that way. But when it went to like researching and like making appointments to go see the nursing schools and things, my anxiety would just like skyrocket, like out of nowhere. And so I decided maybe it's not for me. And then I started thinking more about like the less happy sides of nursing and, you know, the tragedy. And I could not handle, I'm a very soft person. And I do not feel that that is a weakness. I think that that is one of my strengths. Mm-hmm. I am soft and I love that I'm soft. I don't have the stones to be in that career.
It definitely takes a certain kind of person to do that.
Yeah.
It absolutely does.
And that person is not me. So I was like, literally, we were in the car on the way home from Ulta, and I'm like bitching to my husband about how I need a career. Why can't I just woman up and, you know, do something with my life? And he was like, well, why don't you become a makeup artist? I laughed at him and I said, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'm a mom. And he was like, no, but like, you're really good at it. And if you work hard and you promote yourself, you'll find the clients. And so I started researching like what you had to do, like what credentials you needed to have to be a makeup artist professionally. Mm-hmm. And in the state of Missouri, there are no requirements. You do not have to even have like a sanitation certification.
TikTok.
You just need eyeshadow and a brush, and you can be a professional makeup artist.
Oh, and it sounds like you can use that same brush on everybody without cleaning.
Yeah.
Well,
Gross.
Yeah, you could.
Gross.
you should not. So I was like, you know, that's disturbing. I should go take a cosmetology course so that I can set myself apart from any potential competition that have fewer credentials than myself. So we went down to the Academy of Hair Design, first cosmetology school that I found when I Googled, walked in, took a tour. They were asking me a bunch of questions, and they were like, just based on like what you're telling us, we think that you might be better suited for our aesthetics program. And I was like, well, what's that? I've never heard of what's that? And so they were telling me about it. They were like, well, it's skincare, massage, and they focus more on makeup than the cosmetology program does. And it's like 4 months shorter and like $8,000 cheaper.
Sold.
I was like,
Yeah.
sign me up. That's my thing. And then I just fell in love with the skincare side of things. I have not one time I have done professional makeup, and it was for New Year's 2020, and I will never do professional makeup again because I feel like that cursed us. She looked beautiful though.
Oh, I believe it.
So I've never done professional makeup since I fell into skincare. I fell in love with it. It's my thing.
That's awesome.
He's very
Okay.
good at it.
So how can people reach you if they want to set up an appointment? Because I know you're going to have like all these listeners now wanting to set up appointments
I
with
hope
you.
so.
So I have made it super easy for people. I have online booking. My website is livelyspringfield.com. You just go on there, press the book an appointment button. It'll pop up my entire list of everything. Every appointment has a description for what it entails. If somebody wants to like reach out and ask me some questions, you can either text and I'll give you my business line number, or you can message me on Instagram. I'm not so good at checking those anymore because I haven't been on social media. I've just been reading.
Wait, she's lying because she's on social media sending me reels about books. But she's saying she's not on her
Not
business social
working.
media.
She's not working. Okay. She's reading and sending you memes about books.
I allow myself 30 minutes of Instagram time a day. It doesn't
love
have to be
that.
30 minutes in a row, but I only allow myself like 30 minutes of Instagram time a day. So
I feel super honored that you spend that entire 30 minutes sending me reels.
you're not the only one, but
Damn it.
Oh, way to burst her bubble.
my
that's so
algorithm is
special.
like all ACOTAR memes right
Right.
now. So like I have to send them to my ACOTAR buddy.
Right.
That's right.
They're always really good.
They're so the ACOTAR and New Girl memes are some of my favorite.
Have you
New
seen
Girl's my fave.
Have I seen what?
the ACOTAR New Girl?
I have not.
Oh, they're so good. And now I've been seeing ACOTAR Schitt's Creek.
Like these are like mashup memes?
Yeah, like they use like a scene from
The shows.
Schitt's Creek or whatever, and then they say like, "Oh, this is this is Roseanne, and this is."
So the one that I saw today, it was Feyre trying to get answers from the Surreal. And it was the audio from the scene from Schitt's Creek where Moira and David are making the enchiladas and they're trying to learn, like, they don't know how to fold in the cheese.
Okay.
And so, like, Feyre is David's voice and the Surreal is Moira's voice. So, like, David's asking the questions or Feyre is asking the questions and the Surreal's just like, you just fold it in. but I don't know how to fold in. I don't know what to tell you. You just fold it in.
Okay, that's a pretty good deep cut only for the ACOTAR fans.
I got nothing.
You still haven't read it?
I know.
Amanda.
Oh, God,
You
now I got
gotta
all
read
three of you on me.
ACOTAR.
Listen,
Have to read it. Yay!
Okay, tell me more about audiobooks before we go. Like are they, do different characters sound different? Is it one person reading? I don't think I've ever listened to
Depends on the
the
book.
only
never the way that I
audiobooks-
want it.
The only audiobooks I've ever listened to are like nonfiction, like usually like biographies. And it's usually just like when my husband and I are on long road trips. I've never listened to like a true fiction.
so some audiobook voice actors are better than others. There are some, like, if they try to, like, if a man is trying to do, if they're reading lines from a female, I'm like, oh, I don't like it. Or vice versa. If a female reader is trying to read lines said by a man, don't like it. I wish that they would have, there are lots of books that have like two POVs. So they'll have like the female POV and the male POV. I wish that they would cross over, but they do it like per chapter.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I just read one that was like that.
Yeah.
That had a male and a female, and the POV is like it alternates. Like these chapters, the male. But when they are having an exchange, like a
They're
voice
both.
back and forth,
They're
they both actors did it. So it was.
See,
I was
I
telling
like
Ashley, it was
that.
really good. Yeah.
and a couple of the ones that Paul's listened to, he said that it was like that. Apparently all the books that I listen to, it's
This
the
was
one person
Butcher
doing all the
and-
voices.
Butcher and Blackbird,
It's on my list.
which is a good one. It's the sex in it is.
Is it spicy?
Woo! It is very spicy. I think I texted Ashley. I was like, "This is the spiciest shit I've ever read."
Okay, I don't know if I can get. I don't know. That's a lot of spice.
I do like the spicy ones. So.
Yeah,
I
you
do.
probably you might like it.
Well,
It's
that's
about
what
serial
cracks me
killers.
up.
They're
Like
serial
the
killers.
criticism of like
Oh, yeah, you
ACOTAR
got me
fans
right
where it's like
there.
it's just fairy porn, and I'm like, what is Game of Thrones? What is The Witcher? Those were written by men, so the sex in them is fine. But when a woman writes
Yeah.
it, it's fairy porn.
I don't want to get any spicier than ACOTAR. Ever.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just is.
Well,
I'm
but
just,
you read
I'm
the
just
Ever King.
Sheltered. Well, that's true. I did read the Ever King. I'm just like the sheltered little suburban girl who.
Then you need to read the Kindred's Curse saga because there is no sex until 90% way through the third book.
Yeah, and Throne of
It
Glass
was
is
painful.
spicy.
Anybody who's ever watched Game of Thrones has no room.
No, I couldn't even get through Game of Thrones. It was just a little too much for me.
It's too.
I
bloody
never
for me.
watched Game of Thrones either.
It wasn't the bloodiness that got for me. It
Well,
was- it
I
was
never
the-
even made it to any incest or anything
Yeah, it was the
because
incest
the
that just
gore
got
was
me
just too
too
much.
much.
And I was like, I don't want
I don't
to
do.
this.
I can't. I can read gore.
I
all the
really
time. I
want
can read
some
true
good
crime.
books about like the girl that becomes a princess, and then maybe she discovers she has magical powers and can talk to animals. Or, I don't know. Tell me some more about that kind of
You
stuff.
might. You probably like Throne of Glass. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty. It's. There is no smut or spice or anything. I'm in the the 6th and 7th book. Like I said, I'm tandem reading them, and there has not been any sex shit. Like
You would like
So-
Kindred's Curse too. The sex that is in is very tastefully done.
So I always put any product we talk about in our recommendations. I'm going to have to listen to this like 8 times to write down all the book names. And I'm just going to give a blanket warning in those recommendation lists. Some of these are really spicy. 'Cause
Also,
I don't know
maybe-
which ones are.
maybe just
Trigger
bring this out as
warnings.
like a separate Patreon only episode.
Well, that
Book
might
club.
be the other episode. So Ashley, thank you so
Thank you
much for spending
so
your evening
much.
with us. This was so much fun. I feel like I learned a lot.
Me too. I did.
I'll definitely be
absolutely did.
booking an appointment with you and letting my
Yes.
husband know I'll be spending lots of money on whatever product.
It's super reasonable though. Like if
I will let you explain that to Thor.
I will.
You'll be like,
Listen,
She's
Jordan,
doing it.
you save money, Jordan spends money. That's just how it works. That's how it's
that
always
is
worked.
exactly how it's all.
And it's not like it's going to take you a lot of gas to get to me. I'm right down the street, Sunshine and Glenstone.
Right.
Really? I love it. I had it in my mind you're in Republic for some reason.
I live in
She
Republic,
lives.
but I work Sunshine and Glenstone.
Let me tell you, I'm so much more excited about coming to see you now because
You know where
'Cause it's literally right there.
Adobe Cafe.
well,
is?
yeah.
I always
It's like
say
in that shop.
I live
Okay.
mid city.
The back.
And I have made a habit of building my entire life within 1 square mile. And I feel like you're just right there within that mile. So
I know it's Cinderella on the east side of Glenstone. What is it on the west side of Glenstone? Because I think it's a different
Portland, I think
Portland.
it turns into.
So just take Portland all the way
I
through
could
the
be
light.
totally wrong, you guys. I could be a road south.
I think
Don't-
you're right.
Don't
though.
come at me.
No, I think you are right.
It's the Art Museum Road.
Yeah,
What more do you want from me?
you'll come out at the Casey's.
Yes.
There's a Steak and Shake.
Yes.
Drive past the
Yep.
Steak and Shake.
Yep.
I will say there's no way stalkers don't know exactly where I live at this point. Between this podcast and my husband's podcast, I feel
you
like
live on the
anyone that
chicken
wants to
strip.
murder us. The whitest corner in American.
Where you don't eat chicken. You don't eat chicken, but yet you live by all the chicken restaurants.
She doesn't eat chicken, but Thor does.
So it is.
Yeah, but he's not allowed to go to Chick-fil-A anymore. We have a deal.
Yeah, I know.
And I have not been to Hobby Lobby, so he's not allowed to go to Chick-fil-A.
You and I are on the same page about that Hobby Lobby.
I just went to Hobby Lobby because they had yarn 30% off, and I love their cotton bamboo yarn. It's the only thing that I will go there for.
I used to love Hobby Lobby, and I used to just like get over it. And then
All her knobs came from in her
I
kitchen.
know I spent so my knobs were really expensive. They were like $9 a piece, but Hobby Lobby rotates everything 50% off every 3 weeks. So my mom and I went to both Hobby Lobbies in town every 3 weeks for I don't know, a year and a half, and bought because they also only put 3 out at a time, and then they never have them in
You'd
the
buy
back.
the 3.
So you'd buy the 3 they have, and then you'd have to wait for them to be in stock and on sale again.
And hope and pray they don't discontinue.
Yes,
before
and that
you
was the whole thing.
have
I knew before I got these all, and they're all through my house. They're not just in the kitchen. And I just knew before I got them all, they were going to go out of stock. But we didn't. We got them all. But then shortly after, I just realized, just for political reasons and just my own personal morality, I just couldn't support them
I have a
anymore.
hard time. I will only go there for one specific type of yarn and only when it's on sale.
So now my husband and I have a deal. If he won't eat at Chick-fil-A, I won't go to Hobby Lobby, and it's a good thing. I don't know if he holds up to it or not.
He will never tell you.
He would never, and his friends would never.
I don't
laugh.
understand the draw with Chick-fil-A. I've never understood it.
As someone who also did not used to eat at Chick-fil-A and now has gone to the dark side, it's because the food's really good, and because they're like, my kids fucking love it.
Kids do love Chick-fil-A.
They do love Chick-fil-A, and you can get, instead of like McDonald's, you get either you get French fries and apple slices. Like, I can get Helen her macaroni and cheese as a side, or
You can get mac and cheese at Popeyes too, and their mac and cheese is
There's mac and cheese is good.
it's so good.
I don't know that I've ever gotten a kids meal at Popeyes.
I've never gotten the
or the
kids meals
fruit.
at Popeyes, but
I don't think I've eaten at Popeyes.
oh no, we have with the boys.
Well, probably not, because
really
it's like a chicken place.
Well, they have really good.
Oh,
mac
is
and-
it another chicken
They have
place?
really good
It's like
mac and
KFC.
cheese.
This
though.
is a lot of chicken places.
KFC, Popeyes.
They have
We
good
used to
mac
get
and
the
cheese
Raising
and red beans and
Cane's.
rice.
Raising
Rice, if you like that.
I do
I
like
think
Popeyes.
I trust mac and cheese from a...
It's so
It's really good.
Good.
Yeah, but it probably has either gelatin or cheese that has animal rennet in it. So I don't think it's really vegetarian, probably. No, it probably does.
My niece eats it.
Yeah.
She's a vegetarian.
Yeah. We'd have to Google that.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it right now.
Okay. You Google it.
Not that you're gonna like start going to Chick-fil-A, but
This is Chick-fil-A?
No,
again?
Popeyes.
Oh,
Popeyes.
Can't handle
I
it.
don't know about Popeyes.
I've never eaten.
And I love their blackened chicken sandwich. It's so good.
Okay, everybody. We got to get out of here because we've had these people listening to us for like an hour and a half and they have to be done with us at this
But it's
point.
been good.
You're gonna want to listen to this.
Give us your website one more time.
It's livelyspringfield.com.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for
Thank
sticking in
you.
with us. I know it was a
Thank you.
longer episode, but we had so much fun and we hope that you learned a lot with us. Email us your episode ideas. If there's other professionals you'd like us to interview, send us those ideas. It's hotmessroundtable@gmail.com, or you can post in our Facebook group, which is just Hot Mess Roundtable. We look forward to talking to everybody throughout the week on Facebook, and we'll see you guys next time.
Have a
Thank
good week.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.